Let's start by looking at an example that perfectly illustrates the effective use of synchronous, on-screen sound to focus a viewer's attention on key aspects of a scene. Here we have a scene from the 2011 film Final Destination 5. At this point in the movie, the main character, Sam, is worried that death is waiting for him everywhere he goes, so he starts to recognize the potential dangers all around him. Let's watch the scene without interruptions.
Samuel, il y a toujours qu'en a bourguignon. Allez, allez. Oh. Man, come through. Oh, watch yourself.
Huh?
Yeah. Bad.
Okay, so it should be pretty obvious how important of a role sound played in this scene. Now, let's look at how the editor and sound designer use synchronous sound to direct the viewer's attention to the various dangers of his environment. As Sam approaches the kitchen, we transition into it with one of the more literal smash cuts I've ever seen, as we see the chef's cleaver chop the head off a fish. The sound of the cleaver whoosh, metal shing, impact onto the wood, and the guts of the fish are all emphasized to draw particular attention to the action. As Sam moves through the kitchen, we hear multiple fire whooshes. Sweetened with sizzles, all played at elevated audio levels. On the more musical side of things, we also hear a drone begin, which will begin to serve to provide a general air of danger. As we continue following Sam through the kitchen, suckbacks are used to lead into the various moments, like his POV of the knife rack, which is accented with a bit of a metal ring, and then attention is shifted to the butane kitchen torch. Next, our attention is directed to the exaggerated sound of the meat slicer, and grinder, both of which use sounds far louder and more pronounced than you would hear if you actually were in the environment. And finally, the scene's tension peaks as another kitchen worker almost impales Sam with a roasting spit, the movement of which is accented and highlighted with a whoosh, a hit, and a cymbal crash, all layered on top of the climaxing music bed. These layers of sound all serve to achieve the ultimate goal of the scene, which was to create a sense of terror for the character and anxiety for the viewer.
Ugly, huh?
Yeah. Bad.
They also ultimately foreshadow the events to come in the movie. Without the accents from synchronous sounds to tell the story of this environment, the viewer wouldn't necessarily feel the potential danger of the objects in the kitchen, despite viewing the exact same shots. It's a great, albeit exaggerated, example of using sound to very deliberately focus the audience's attention on exactly what matters in a scene. After each sound told its story and conveyed the information it was meant to get across, it retreated into the background with substantially decreased levels to make room for the next piece of sonic information. So let's quickly recap what we covered here. In this lesson, we viewed a professionally edited scene that relies heavily on the use of synchronous sound to drive the emotion and the drama in the cut. And we deconstructed the synchronous sound in the cut to gain a deeper understanding of how and why the different pieces of audio were used. Coming up in the next lesson, we're going to look at how you can motivate the drama of your scene with sound. Alright, I'll see you in a bit.